Was good, nigga. Was good. I've been doing a lot of that qigong lately, and like it's crazy because you start to feel your energy body and not your physical body. Because the more you do qigong, you start to feel the energy body. So when I'm moving, it doesn't feel like I'm moving my hands. It feels like I'm like moving my energy body. So like my movements are more swift. So I notice I be putting my hands in like because it's weird because these are certain. This is a certain mudra. So I'll be out like in public. I just chill or do certain mudras, and like you feel the energy because like that's how sensitive. Like I just but I'm just chilling. So what's good with everyone? What's good with everyone? We got JJ, GJ Music Studio. What's good? Yeah, I just want to like speak about some things. Like you guys see the title. The title says you can always get out of some bullshit, and that's what I want to speak about because a lot of people nowadays they're in some bullshit, and most people aren't gonna make it out of it because they don't think that they can get out of it. But there's always a way. Like this reality is really infinite. It's so like there's so many ways things can happen that you don't know, but you just gotta like literally have like faith and belief and do the work. This is another reason why this matrix and system they try to micromanage and control everything, and because even with them controlling everything, their system can still fall apart, and they know that the people up top, the people up top, they know it. The governments, the puppets, they probably think that this shit is, but they know this shit can get. It's gotta fall, but it just gotta take a little bit more time. But it's really not even because this we're infinite spirits, so it's really no such thing as no time. There's no, but this shit's gotta fall. But like I said, fucking, you can get out of some bullshit. You can get out of this. You can get out of some bullshit. It's infinite possibilities, infinite ways you can things can happen. And the reason I'm saying is because things been happening in my life, and I've been seeing things. And even qigong, like it's a big part of it because like this qigong, it's like it's giving me energy more than just not eating. This goes beyond not eating. This is like a life energy, life like a type of energy. It's giving me energy. So like I'm able to just go through and do what I gotta do and not have so much feeling and thoughts because this energy sustaining me and making me go. But it's building up though, it's a slow process. But as I'm doing this, it's making me realize like anything can literally happen. You could be like a person homeless, you could be a person sick, you can get out of that situation. And like I don't want to get ahead of myself, but like I said, guys, like just you guys really need to tap into this shit. I'm telling you guys, like there's really I can't really put it into words because there's so much thing that I can't really explain, and I don't really want to say on here. But like I said, shit, like things can happen, and you need to open your mind to not think like what's gonna happen. Like don't think that this world like I need to get a YouTube channel and get money, or I need to work a 9 to 5, or I'm not saying don't do those things, but don't have a thought process like that's the only way that you're gonna get ahead. Like just enjoy your life right now. You should not yearn for any moment. Any moment, the moment you should be happy with is right now. If you're not happy with right now, that means you have a lot of work removing blockages. And that's what I realized when I started removing some blockages, that I started being like, okay, I have blockages that is making me not enjoy the moment because people think it's normal to think in the past and the future, which that shit is like a fucking mental illness. You're not supposed to think. The only time you think of the past and the future is to help the now. So, like I said, it is what it is. But what's good, Mike D man? Shit. But I don't really want to get all because you guys already know all this shit. But like a lot of people aren't practicing it, and like I'm seeing it right now, and because it's like I see so much shit, like even with people in my personal life, and I see a lot of shit. And what's going on is that you see a lot of these niggas out here, and they're fucking they use excuses like why they can't do what they need to do. Like, oh, I'm too busy. I work a 9 to 5. I do this, or I don't have enough money for this. And it doesn't matter if they're right or if they're wrong. the time is passing them by. So by the end of their life, they're not going to be able to do it. So then I ask people who complain. I'd be like, okay, so are you not supposed to do anything but work? He's like, no, I'm supposed to do something better. Then why don't you do something better? Oh, I don't have time. So that means you're meant to work. So which one the fuck is it? Are you meant to work or are you meant to do something better? If you're meant to do something better, that means you got to start right now. You can't wait. That's what I realized because we're in a different shift like right now. Like I know you guys know this, but like this shit goes hella deep to the point where events are gonna start happening to you in the future if you don't do certain things. And like this is a lot of the reason you see like inflation and all this economy. This is many reasons, but this is one of the reasons. Like a lot of people, they're collectively people aren't doing shadow work, so it's gonna manifest individually as people's lives fucked up, and collectively there's gonna be a lot of ignorance. That's why people need to wake the fuck up. So they can like be able to have responsibility for themselves and not have a government take care of them. So, but that I don't think that's gonna happen. What I think is gonna happen is a lot of people are just gonna continue living their lifestyle, and that lifestyle is gonna kill them because people are gonna pretty much fall and die from the lifestyle they're living, the food, the technology addiction, and all that shit. They're gonna start dying from that shit, and this is gonna be long term. It's gonna be like a slow, like depopulation shit. But they're gonna start doing that because no one's really doing shit. And as time goes on, people are gonna start. The life expectancy is gonna go down, especially with like Gen Z and shit. So that's all. That's if no one does anything like in terms of cleansing, taking care of the body, and any of that shit. Because the food's gonna keep getting worse. People are gonna keep getting dumber. They're going to be bringing out 3D printed food. This is if people don't wake up. Like if people don't wake up, they're going to keep raising the food prices and then bring a solution. 3D printed food. They're going to create a whole bunch of more chemicals. It's gonna be a lot more poisons in the air. The technology is gonna be even worse because it's gonna be pushing out more radiation. That's gonna drop the life expectancy of people down. And then you got Gen Z talking about antinatalism, don't have children and dying. That's manifesting situations that they're gonna create. And so it's like this is what people need to wake the fuck up because like I can see like them trying to depopulate and kill. This is why I think they're trying to raise their inflation and the inflation, and they're trying to like they're firing people and laying everyone off while raising inflation, which doesn't make sense. So how the fuck people supposed to get money? So it's hella weird. So I think like they're trying to like kill people off, like especially old people, so they have to work longer. So they don't live to be 80, 90 because they're working so much. So their body gets fucked up. So it's just crazy. That's why it's like health is really number one thing right now to really like focus. And when you health is when you're doing health, that's actually supposed to be your 9 to 5 because it's ruled by the sixth house. So that's why I say health is wealth. So once you get your health together, then that's gonna like contribute to your life work because whatever you're doing is gonna make you better at it because then you can generate wealth from whoever you are because you remove the blockages which is caused by blockages within the meridians. They call it meridians. It's just blockages, and when you have that, it creates illnesses. So once you do the work such to get rid of those illnesses, this creates wealth. So it's all related to the sixth house. Sixth house is money, material, working on it, doing the same thing over and over. Health, yoga, it takes a fucking long time. It takes 3 years to restructure the whole. They call it the fascial tissue. This is what they call it. So it's like a tissue, but it's really like at the end of the day, these are their names. It's not even a name to it. At the end of the day, the experience is really all that matters. So when you're doing this work, it takes years to get rid of it, to cleanse. It takes years. So it's all sixth house. It's slow. Slow is earth. Earth is very slow. So this shit is like that. This is the work because health is wealth. It is the work. A lot of people. It's funny because nine out of 10 people I see that are struggling in life. I kid you guys not when I fucking say this shit. Like you guys, a lot of you guys might think I'm just lying right now or just saying just whatever. But most people that I see, they don't. Their health is fucked up, but their life is really hectic. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta pay these bills. I gotta take care of kids. Or I got this. I gotta meet this deadline. I gotta do this." But at the same time, I notice their health is fucked up. And then when I ask them about like their health, they're like, they don't say it, but like they act like they're too busy for it. Like, I don't have time for that. I need to do this. I need to do that. I don't have money for this. And I'm like, it's crazy. And that's like most people. And then it's funny because when I see these people, they don't either like kind of like going through it, like struggling, and nothing's really working for them. Like, they're not in a positive situation. These are people that are like very negative, and they're like complaining about not having money or the relationship. And when I look at it, I'm like, it's all correlated to health for most people, because when your health is in a certain state, then everything gets put on standby for you, and you can't move on in your life because you got to deal with that. And the spirit's telling you to deal with that. So you can't move on. So this is why a lot of things won't work for certain people. And I'm not saying this to everyone. I'm just saying like certain people who go through certain health issues, health problems, in some cases. In most cases, this is what I see. Like, I see a lot of people just like going through a struggling or just get problems in their life, and it's like their health is fucked up and they're not taking care of it, and nothing is allowed to work in their life until they take care of it. Like, it's all connected. This is one reason why they say health as well. That's why I really push this, because it's really like it's really helped me. That's why I push this. It's helped me a lot. Like a lot of people, they like money. They talk about money. Why they talk about money? Because money changed their life. It helped them. Same with fucking health. It changed my life. Like that's what I'm saying. So me, and this is before, like, when I got into this, I was never really about health at all. I used to do like a lot of like narcotic drugs, and not narcotic, like just like prescription pills, like pain pills. That was it. And weed and alcohol. That was the only three things I did. And I used to just get fucked up off that shit. And I used to eat hella fucking bad too. And like, when I used to eat bad, like any of you guys watching my channel, I ate worse than you. So like, no one can tell me that, oh, um, it's just hamburgers, it's just this, or I can eat this, or I like, nigga, whoever you are, I've eaten worse than you. I've done the, like, I used to be like the worst gluttonous. Like, I used to like literally just eat just for like I used to need to eat to get high, and get high to eat. Like, if I didn't have food or weed, I couldn't do either or. Like, some people say, I can't smoke if I don't eat. I can't eat if I don't smoke. Me, it was like I couldn't smoke if there was no food, or if there was no food, I can. It was like I was like that. That's all I used to do: get high, get drunk. So this was before my health scare, and then once that hit, then that's when everything changed, and now I'm preaching what I'm preaching. So I'm not gonna go into it, but I was worse than like most of you guys, really. And the thing is though, like, this is why, like, when I was growing up, I had so many like things restricted from me on a spiritual level that played down physically. I used to get upset and angry, like, why the fuck did this happen? Why didn't I get to experience this? Why didn't I get to have this? And like right now, I'm so happy that, like, I'm so happy certain things happened to me. Like, I had certain problems, and I was allergic to certain things, and I couldn't do certain things, and I felt like like I didn't get to like experience something. Like, well, how the fuck I couldn't do that? And I was pissed. But like, after going through certain experiences, I'm so happy that happened, because it wouldn't allow, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't have been breatharian or be where I'm at right now. Like, I needed to go. So it's like I'm hella happy. So it's like I was able to release that anger, because a lot of anger I had was because, like, oh, I didn't get to do this, or this didn't get to do that. But then once I realized like why it's happening, that's what made me be like, okay, it makes more sense now. So like, I'm actually glad this shit happened. If it didn't happen, it would have fucked me up even more. Like, it was hella weird. Like, it's just so much shit. I don't really want to get too deep into it, because it's too deep to really get into it. Really, like, I just don't really want to get into it. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. But when you do this, like the reason I talk about qigong a lot, because a lot of you guys think this is just some shit that's just sweet, and we just do it because it feels good, and I'm doing it to feel relaxed, and that's not what the fuck this shit is. This shit is like, it's really deep. It's a deep science that it goes deeper. Like, there's different sections of the fucking energy and how it processes, and they say after a certain amount of years you start to actually feel the energy you start to feel the energy actually pulling in, like the pressure against your organs, but it's like in a positive way. This is after like a few years of you doing the qigong daily consistently. You start to actually feel a pressure, like a pressure within your body, like if your organs feel like pressure on it, but it's not a pain. It's like it's good. It's like it's like a boost to the internal system, and this goes after building the energy up over many years. So when you're building this energy, it's sustaining you and it's strengthening your organs, and is allow, depending on what you program the energy with while you're doing it as well, is what's going to happen, what's going to take shape and form. So this is actually like making you more, because like I said, right now, after doing it for like about over a month and almost a month and a half, I don't really feel my physical body. I feel my energetic body. So when you feel your energetic body, you're more fluid. You're not as stiff, and then you're able to. You're in a more. You're feeling your natural body how it is. You're not feeling on the physical level. You see what I'm saying? Because the physical level is very dense. So even though this is all physical, but it's more of a lighter aspect, because I'm feeling like the energetic, which it is still physical, but it's the energetic part of you, not the, which is the less physical, but it's still physical. You're feeling that part of you. So when you're doing this exercise, that's what you're starting to feel a lot more. And that's how you know when the energy started to accumulate. And then also, you'll notice, at least for me, my appetite is going down. And the reason my appetite is going down isn't just for me doing a month and a half of qigong, because most people do a month and a half, their shit doesn't, it doesn't, I'm sure they're gonna still need food. I've been doing yoga, which is another form of building, what they call building prana, which that's not really what it is. It's something else, which I'm gonna go into deeper into it. They call it building prana, which is generating energy so your body can use to push the limitations of the body spiritually, physically, and mentally. So that's what this energy does. It's not even really you're gathering it. It's something your body already does, and is actually like, um these movements are actually like, it's like a muscle. Look at it like a muscle, and you building the muscle with a dumbbell. The dumbbell doesn't give you muscle. You're using the dumbbell to build muscle. Your body has muscle already. So the muscle can grow. Your body already has the ability. So your body has this ability to do all this shit. It's not no energy that's giving it to you or nothing. Your body already has the ability. You're just doing certain movements to activate the channels to stimulate them. Over time, the energy compounds, and it builds. After each session, it builds. Over a year, it builds. So once you're able to keep building this energy, then this is when you'll notice. This is why I say breatharian, you don't fucking force it. You just eat normal, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But as you're doing the energy, you're gonna notice over time, it's gonna, you're gonna feel less hungry. You're not gonna want to eat as much, consume as much. Yeah. But I think I think I'm about to switch up the topic. It seems like a lot of people, they don't really like this health shit. Like when I be on like my ignorant ass fucking rants, there should be like 20 people in here. But it is what it is, though. I just speak this for the people who need to hear it, because I know there's a few people who want to hear this, who actually need to hear it. But damn, man. So what's good with everyone? I dropped the link if anybody wants to join. I always drop the link, so, and nobody ever wants to join. But, yeah. Somebody said, is Kundalini yoga good too? It's all the same. It's just moving. All it is really just stretching. That's all yoga is. Just stretching. You're just stretching the muscles out and releasing the blockages. And it's a form of building prana chi, which is what they call it, which is like qigong. It's a different form, but yeah. It's good for you. Do any type of yoga is good for you. Getting on the floor is good. Don't overthink it. Like I said, if you want to do yoga, go on Google and type yoga. Don't be like, oh, I don't want to look it because I want to get it from this, or I'm gonna wait, or I'm gonna just do yoga. Type in yoga. You see somebody, you'll do it. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't have to be yoga. If you like to paint, go fucking find somebody who likes to paint. If it's that fucking like whatever painter they have, follow them and do whatever. Like, don't think about anything. You just got to do it right now. Because pretty soon is time. Like pretty soon, you guys aren't gonna be able to do the shit you guys want to do. They're gonna like a lot of shit. If people don't wake up, a lot of shit's gonna be on lockdown. It's already on lockdown. It's just they're doing it every year. It gets worse. Every year it gets worse. Understand that. They already know. They trying to when you want to get something to a certain level, it takes time. Remember I said you got to build a muscle, working on the Qigong energy, working on anything you're working on in this realm. It takes time. So when these niggas run a system, if they want to implement some type of narrative or plan, or like the pandemic thing, that shit took them years of preparation to actually do that. They didn't just do it over. Now we want to do a plan. They got to do a year. So they're doing shit every year right now, small things. So by like 2028, 29, there's going to be a lot of bullshit happening that's going to be correlated to like little shit that we could have woken up and not even been able to, we could have stopped it, but that people don't wake the fuck up. And then each year it gets worse. Like even when you look at the inflation every year, it's like, oh, the inflation, it goes up, and they try to make you think it goes up because it has to go up. But yet when you look at the prices and the shit go up, it goes up by like $3 or by $1. Like it'll be like something will be $3.79. Then next year it'll be $4.05. Then it'll be $4.20. Like it's so structured, like it's going up at certain times. It's not like it's volatile and shit. Like it's just spiked up like $10, or it's not. It's like you could tell like it's controlled. Like if it's gonna go up, why is it going up? Like it's just conveniently going up enough where people can afford it still, but it's still expensive. It's not going up where nobody can afford it. Why don't they just make it where even a nigga making like 20 grand a year, a month, he has trouble. Once they get it to that point, then a lot of people will wake up and be like, okay, well, we know what's going on. So they gotta like kind of fuck with it. This is why you can tell that the inflation's fake. They're making the inflation. They're not too high, but high enough where it's expensive and it's an annoyance. But it can't be too high where it wipes out a nigga who's making 20 racks a month, or the average person on YouTube, because then their YouTube program won't work to motivate people to be on YouTube. So they gotta fuck with it where like only like McDonald's people and shit, they're having problems and shit. And that they're trying to depopulate people before they even wake up and get the knowledge. So they're trying to like a lot of shit going on. Somebody call them. Like to call them back. Yeah. You said you just got out of jail. Shout out to Shinada. What's good? You said you just got out of jail. What happened? That's crazy, man. I don't want to go back to jail, nigga. I fucking hate jail. Whew. I do not want to go back to jail. I've been back to jail. The last time I was in jail was 2015, February. That's when I got out. I served 2 months and I got out, and I never went back. Like, I hate that shit. It wasn't really that bad. Like it's boring as fuck. Nothing to do. I was bored as hell. Yeah. But having a lot of prana benefits me. How? It benefits you like it's like an edge to your life. You pretty much who you are. We're trying to be the greatest version of ourselves. Imagine like, let me give you an example. An athlete takes steroids. What does steroids do? It makes the athlete more stronger than what he was before. That's what prana does. But it's not like steroids are illegal or some negative or it's a drug or not. It's something that your body is doing that you can choose. It's like a muscle. If you build muscle, we all have the ability to build muscle, but not everyone chooses to use that ability. But the people who do choose it and take it to that level, they have benefits that you wish you had, but you didn't have to put in the work. It's the same with the Qigong. Look at the Qigong, no different than like the Yin version of the muscles. The more muscles you have, the more you can do physically. You see what I'm saying? Lift more physically. You bigger physically. So it's the yin. Look at it as like a yin version. I'm not saying this is what it is, but look at it like it's the yin version of like the muscle structure, the whole fascia system, where the qigong and the yoga. That's what's um, being affected when you're doing qigong and yoga is the fascia tissue. They're what they call fascia tissue. Like I don't want you like to be connected to their shit, but like I said, we gotta like so I have to like um break it down to you guys so you guys can understand and like you know what I'm speaking on. But because in reality, none of this shit that they say, how do we even really know it really exists? At the end of the day, all we know is what I'm doing is giving me the benefits of what it's giving me. That's all I know. Shout out to Moody Mercury. That's all I know. I don't know anything else. We can do actually we can know, but a lot of these people when they talk about science and shit, like it makes you like because there's this one guy he teaches about. His name's Jerome Shaw. Shout out to his channel. He does qigong, and he's a liquidarian. He was eating, then he just got on liquidarian a couple years ago because he's been doing the qigong, and fucking what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, he teaches qigong, right? And then there's other people who teach qigong and they're not liquidarian, but they've been doing it for years. And then they'll be like saying certain shit like saying, "Oh, you can't do it this way, you can't do it this way." But then you have this nigga who does it this way and that way, and he's a liquidarian, he's a breatharian. So he's utilizing that energy more than you. But you're saying you have to be all, and it's funny because it's a. I don't want to be racist and shit, but it's a white person, which they always got to be like all 0 and 1 fucking straight line thinking and shit with that 0 1 and we got to go by the book and shit. So he's like, oh, you got to do it this way and shit. And I'm not gonna like because I look at everyone, like even when I see somebody speaking some bullshit, I learn from everyone. Like I don't just learn just from somebody smart. I'm learn based on actions and everything. So I still learn certain shit that what he was saying, but it's kind of weird. So like I'm looking at like when I see somebody who's practicing qigong and they're actually a breatharian, liquidarian, or they doing something on that level, that I would rather learn it from them than just somebody who just doing it just to probably relax or whatever, some type of fucking like matrix shit, so I could be more focused on my fucking dumbass 9 to 5 that they about to lay my ass off from. The fuck out of here. Like shit like that. Like I don't like. I'm not trying to learn this shit to be a better bot. That's retarded. That's stupid. Like, why would you want to learn this to be a better? You're supposed to learn this to get the fuck up out of that and do your own shit. That's why they don't teach you this shit in school, because it's gonna give people the energy, especially kids, the energy to actually not want to just be lazy, because they profit off laziness. They profit off you giving up and you feeling like you don't want to do shit, because now they can you're not a threat, and now what the fuck is this? Damn. Now you can you can be lost in your desires, because when you're traumatized, you're depressed, you have anxiety, you have to feel good. You crave that feeling. So now you can make these corporations richer. You're not no threat. You're gonna go along with their programs because you're so lost in your own bullshit. You won't even question their shit, or you won't even be able to look at put the pieces together because you're so lost in your bullshit. So they want people fucking lost. They don't want motherfuckers get when you get your health, because most people, their mental illness and all their issues, 99% of people, this is from what I see in public, because I've always analyzed people. I always pick up on energy. I'm hella good at like reading energy of individuals. I'm hella good at it. So like I could tell you guys countless stories, but of me reading energy and being correct. But I could read energy, and most people, like they're not on shit. Like they're very unhealthy, and that's like, I feel like that's like the main problem that nobody knows about. Everybody knows, but nobody knows about. The main problem everybody knows about that nobody knows about is like the health issue. Like pretty much 7 out of 10 people that you know, this includes yourself, have some type of health issue that's brewing within you right now. And it's gonna, like, depending on your situation, because your karma, what your spirit wants you to experience or whatever, it might take you out in 10 years, 20 years, 30 or 40 years, or when you're old. But everyone has that, because this beast, it since we're in this system, it's marked everyone with their toxins and shit. This is why it's good to cleanse, because they practice so many rituals to get chemicals in the body, whether it be like the human shit or whatever, or like fucking the chemicals in the sky or the technology. A lot of that technology has radiation and shit that just ejects. That's why they have to put on the back of the little headphones, like, may cause to have cancer, may have cancer, because the chemicals that it irradiates, it causes that. That's why it's good to always cleanse. I'm not saying you gotta be breatharian, but it's good to cleanse fast regularly, so you can cleanse a lot of this shit out of your body, because it's chemicals all over. Even like this, they attack everyone, even police. The police parameters where they had them, there was a thing where like it was giving police like the ball cancer, you know, your nuts and shit. It was giving them cancer down there because the radiation in that fucking the gun where they have the high speed chase. They can, if you're not high speed chase, but when you're trying to clock the speed, the thing, it emit radiation because they designed the technologies to do that. All the technology, because they don't have to make it like that. It's just they do it like that on purpose. And it's like this goes with a lot of this shit. Even that red sensor, when you go to the grocery store and you scan your shit, you can get poisoning from that. I had got poisoning from that shit. Because that shit, I was in an area and there was a lot of that red light and it was glaring and it was on me for a minute and I started feeling hella nauseated. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm hella sensitive to that shit. And I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And I felt hella sick for like a few days. And I know it was because of that. It's that red RF. You know that when they scan your products in the store, that red light, it scans it. So any of you guys who work in retail, that's just on you all the time. That's just, even if you don't feel it, because I can feel it. Doesn't mean that if you don't feel it, it's not hurting you. It's just I feel it, but other people, it's still hurting them, but they don't feel it because it's still damaged. So like, if you're around that shit, you need to be really cleansing, because that shit, it's like a weapon. That red light is a laser weapon. You know how they have the jet sensor, they have laser. That's laser technology. That red RFID, that's like a small version. Maybe in the future they'll probably have actual laser guns that are probably even some of the weapons in the future with lasers are going to use that same type of technology. But like because you can make that as a laser, because that's a weapon. That shit was I felt the poison, but they can like harness that shit and to make it into a laser weapon. If you you can radiate somebody with that shit. That's just worse than getting fucking shot. Because it reads the barcode. So it's like, and it doesn't need to be like that, because they have one, like because I be on eBay selling shit. So when I was on eBay, I can scan a barcode with just my camera. And before I even fucking, not even a millisecond, like I'll probably make a video. This shit is so quick, you guys would be surprised. Like before even a millisecond, it hits that barcode. It already knows what product I'm trying to list and sell. It's on eBay, and this is just with the camera on my phone. Why don't they have like a little mini camera at the fucking store so they don't have to have that red light? It's because they do that shit. It's like they taint the people. It's like you're using a system. It comes with like some type of cost. That's why you guys gotta always be cleansing. There's a lot of shit, but I'm not telling you guys to be all like, because if you're living a lifestyle of like a healthy lifestyle, then this isn't an issue because this doesn't affect you. But if you're somebody who's like serving, like they say, serving two masters, one foot in, one foot out, then you're gonna complain like, oh, how do I do this? But it's like, it's really like there's really nothing to complain about. Just live a healthy lifestyle. When you complain, it's because you don't want to do the work to live a healthy lifestyle, and you want to just take a shortcut, but you can't do it. So you're hoping that they'll just make everything good, which the beast isn't gonna become a fucking an angel or a fucking benevolent being, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The beast is gonna do beast shit. Like people keep negotiating with this damn fucking, like they're trying like, oh, we're gonna vote this person in the office, we're gonna do this, and like it's shit's crazy. Like they're trying to negotiate with these niggas. Like it's like, imagine somebody coming and killing everybody in your household, including the pets, and then you're negotiating with them like, can you please apologize? Can you please leave my house? Like that's how these dumb niggas sound. Like apologize, like negotiating with these governments, like voting, and like this is ridiculous. That's why I say the world is done. Is like I don't think like most people can be saved. I'm not gonna say everybody's done. When I say the world is done, I'm not. Depending on what you do, obviously you can be in a better space and position. But I'm just saying, for the most part, most people are done in this world. Like, so I haven't stretched in a long time, and once I had a full body stretching session, my body felt good. Yeah, that shit feels hella good. Stretching. Then you guys who haven't done it, like when you stretch, you want to always hold the poses for at least a minute and a half at the minimum. I would do it longer than that if I could, if it's me. But since if you're a beginner, try to do it for a minute and a half. Just try to always make that your aim, because you want the longer you hold it, the more releasing of the blockage you're gonna have of that muscle. When you just do it quick and try to do it real quick, you're not releasing shit. It's like when you go to the gym. People go to the gym, they do like a fucking set, then they rest for 5 minutes. And then they do another set and they rest for 5, and they wonder why they can't get no fucking muscle. And I'm like, you're not supposed to rest. You're supposed to do a set, rest for like 30 seconds, do a set, rest for 30, do another set, rest for 30, then probably rest for 2 minutes, and do that for like 30 minutes straight. That's the workout. That's how you build muscle. You gotta like attack it with everything, with the muscle, the qigong, the yoga. You gotta attack it. I'm not saying overly do it, like do it 20 times a day, but when you're doing the movements, especially with the qigong, the more I notice when I do more of the movements, or the more I do of the session, the more I feel the energy, and the more I get benefits from the energy. So I like to do it. I like the longer because usually because qigong is all about health and wellness of the body, and we're cultivating the body, the DNA, and the spiritual body, and on a deep level. And over the longer you do it, the deeper the change is going to be. So when you're doing qigong, you always gotta you want to keep that in mind, that you know what the fuck that's going on. And fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say because I'd be all over the place. But like I said, guys, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, though. You want to always practice this shit on a daily basis. Stay consistent. Never just give up. Never just like always stay consistent doing this. He said, "Do you have a specific or favorite surface to stretch yoga?" It doesn't matter. Do it anywhere you want. Like I said, stop. We gotta stop overcomplicating. You can do it standing up, like depending on what it is you're doing. Obviously, if you're doing your neck, your shoulders, you could do it standing up. If you're sitting down, sit down on the grass. You can sit down on some carpet, on a fucking Tempur-Pedic. Your choice. So I just like to be comfortable when I'm doing it. It's really like not even the way they advertise yoga and qigong. They make it like it's some type of fucking holy grail, and it's some, oh, the master's coming, the qigong master, and then we got like in reality it's like let's just like go to McDonald's or go get a hamburger or eat, or I go fucking to the fucking park to go on the jungle gym and the monkey bars and shit. You just going to have you doing it. It's an experience. Just like you smoke a cigarette, just like you hit a joint, it's an experience. You're doing it. That's what qigong is. Is don't overcomplicate it. All we're doing is we're doing the movements to generate energy in the body. That's it. It's really not even. Cause they call it like the bear claw, and this is the number 8, and all this, and that's nothing really. It's just movements that we're doing with our hands. That's it. And then these movements and then these poses is generating energy. Our body, we're just like we're like a muscle. We're building. Do this consistently. You gotta do it consistently. Yoga is just stretching the muscles. You got a body, right? You got tissue, right? If you didn't have tissue, your ass would look like fucking Hollow Man. Ugly as fuck, nigga. Niggas, nobody want to be around you. You have tissue, so we can stretch that tissue. We use our body to create actions and movements, and we move around in reality. Don't you want to stretch it out so you be able to like use your body, your organs more in a more efficient way? That's what stretching is. You stretch the muscles out. That's what they call yoga. Qigong is just generating energy. It's a random question. Do you think chess has some spiritual component to it, given how complex? It's a Masonic thing. It's Masonic. They created that shit. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't say it has some spiritual component to it. If it does, they probably um they probably copied it and made their own version of some type of energy. Like it's probably an energy, and then they copied it. If it is some type of spiritual component, but that's just Masonic. At least chess, that's Masonic. The whole rook and a fucking king and a queen, like the fuck, hella Masonic. King and queen, like don't call me no king. Don't call me this fucking white bitch. Fucking doing some political shit. Oh, come sign our ballot for this. It's like you're looking nice, king. I'm like, bitch, you watch too much fucking social media. Motherfucker, call me a king for like, where would you even get to call me king? Like, you're not calling no other white person, no other person king, and they created the word. Why you call you? Because you fucking programmed with that shit. I'm like, oh, looked at it, I was like, whatever. Shit was funny. She just wanted me to sign her fucking ballot or some shit. She's like, looking good, king. Oh, shit's fucking hilarious. Oh man. So what's good with everyone? Yeah. But I don't fuck. I remember in sixth grade they taught us chess. The teacher in sixth grade, he taught us chess. Like we had every day, not every day, like once a week, we all played chess. That's why I learned chess was sixth grade. Yeah, I didn't really like it. It's like it takes a certain, like, you got to really be in it. Like I haven't played it like that, to be honest. Like I remember I played somebody when I was in jail, and the dude beat me hella quick. Like because, but I wasn't really playing it. I just was like doing. I didn't really study it and like learn the basics of the thing like that. So if I really put my mind into it, I'd probably be good at it. It's just I don't like. I like to put my time and energy. Like that's one thing about me. Like I stripped away a lot of bullshit that I was wasting in my time. Like I was trying to do work on businesses and try to get this together and work on getting money and all this other shit that's really not saying it's not important, but it's not important to me. It's so when I say money and all that, it's not important to you guys because that's you. I don't know you, just like you don't know me. But for me, what I do know, because I know me, because I am me, is that's just not important to me. And what's important to me is health, wealth, and working on that. And I don't say that as in that's the only thing I'm gonna do. I say that as me working on that, everything else takes care of itself. Like and like that's what I'm saying. So that's what I feel. I don't like to put my energy in things. I used to want to like learn so much. I want to do this. I want to learn this. I want to travel here, do this or do that. Like a lot of you guys want to do so much. Like you need to figure out what you really truly want to do and not waste your time because you're not gonna be able to do all of that. You need to figure out what you need to do, and then you can live a fulfilling life. Because at the end of the day, you're an infinite spirit. You've already done a lot of things before, and you're gonna be doing a lot more things. So always worry about what you're doing right now, what you need to be doing right now. And you worry about what you got to do now and get yourself in a position where whatever you wanted to do that you didn't get to do, where you're going, there's some 10 times better. And in that space, it's when you look at this area, is like looking at a rat and roaches living in a nest, and you being a human. That's the equivalent of this space and that space. But you're worrying about trying to get some shit here, where you just do what you got to do, where you be somewhere that's way better than this fucking shit. Have a way more better body, organ, and all this other shit than this crap. Go fucking like do some way better shit. Like you niggas think fucking feels good, nigga. There's some shit that's way better than that you can't think of because we have a human brain, so we can't think of it. We can only think with the human brain because we have a human brain. We can't think with something else because we don't have that. So No matter how hard you think or whatever you want to say, you really can only go so far with this human mind and what it is. So you guys gotta understand, like, we're trying to go on the up to just do to evolve and grow and have better experience. Even if it's an experience when you die and you come back here, because a lot of you motherfuckers won't even go to that next shit. A lot of you motherfuckers, like, even if you do everything right, you're just gonna end up dying and just being in a better position in this reality. Like that like I know I'm out of that cycle. Like, this is like my last life. Like, I literally feel that because I remember fucking I had a dream once, and like it just showed me a lot of like this is like my last life, and I don't like a lot of shit here. Like, you see how I'm like getting rid of like a lot of desires, and like even when it comes to eating, I never liked a lot of food. Like, since day one, even when I was eating back in the day, I never liked ketchup, mustard, pizza, lasagna. A lot of shit I never liked. I eat a little bit of it. I was always picky. I never liked mayonnaise, ketchup. I always took the cheese off the pizza when I ate it. When I was like 4, I used to just pick the meat out of the spaghetti. I was always picky for nobody knew why I was that fucking picky. Because it was like I just never liked shit really. Like, I never really had anything I liked. So like I know this is like my last go around here. But some people, like, even if they do all this shit right, they're still gonna come back here, but they'll just have a better life here. So it's like it's not bad, but it's like you'll still be here, but you just have a better life. So a lot of niggas think, oh, if I'm on my spiritual path, then I'm gonna go to the fifth. No, nigga. Some of you niggas, if you on your spiritual path, you do everything right, you just gotta still come back here, but just have a better life on earth. Like, you still got some learning to do here. Don't think just because you pass this shit, you going to hell. Now this shit gets deep. Don't be too happy. Like my brother used to say, don't be happy you got school in the morning. Like, it was like a little joke. So I was like, don't be too happy, nigga. Like, you niggas might come back here still. Like, I know I'm at my last shit though, because I could tell by certain things and even how my mind is. I'm at my last shit. Like, as if I do what I gotta do, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. I think I dropped it before. Yeah, I'm gonna be opening up, making a Facebook group. Chauncey One. It's gonna be called just Chauncey One. Everything on all platforms is gonna be just Chauncey One straight up. That's my name. You know what's so funny is, you guys know what Chauncey One is. This is before I might actually change it actually, because I don't I don't know if this is Masonic, and I don't want my name connected to Masonic shit. But I guess like that whole Chauncey One, it plays out in a synchronicity, because I guess in some type of Chinese martial arts, it's like the seventh level or some shit or something, and they said it's something to do with like the sky, like it's some weird shit, and then the Chauncey One is a nickname for it, but I didn't choose it because of that shit. So like I'm saying that because like I didn't, because if I know that that's some Masonic shit, I feel so I might switch my name up, because I don't want my fucking this shit Masonic. I don't like dealing with that energy, so I might switch it up. But I don't think it is, because when I typed it in on Google, it's it said like it said Chauncey One, but it didn't say, like, I had to type in like I have to click the search engine. Like, you know how when you type something and then it's the correct one, but Google says, did you mean this instead? When I type in Chauncey One, it will say, did you mean this? And it'll say some Japanese like martial arts, and then I have to click that. So it's not the name of it. It's just like a nickname. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but there's a lot of moves I want to show you guys with the Qigong. There's a lot of them. It's just the reason why I don't like a reason I don't do a lot of movement right now, or do a lot of sessions with you guys, is because I want to focus, and when I do the sessions, I'm busy like explaining it to you guys. So it's I don't I kind of feel like I'm not really into it like I want to be into it. So I'm gonna have to, but I have to like learn on, like, the more I do it, I'm gonna learn how to develop that skill. like that focus, so I can, because I'm still practicing how to like really focus into that. Yeah. And yeah, my diet is all over the place. Like I think I told you guys in my last video, but my diet is all over the place. Like it's crazy. It's not all over the place like I'm hungry, but it's all over the place. Like I be like it's like I be hungry, but then when I eat, I don't feel like I don't feel hungry like the moment I eat. Like I'll eat like a meal, but you know when you eat, when you're hungry and you eat, it's like you're like enjoying it. But when you're not hungry and you eat, it's just like it doesn't taste the same. It doesn't feel the same. That's that like that's how I feel even when I do get hungry. Most of the time, like I be hungry and I eat something and then I like and all of this shit started happening like a few weeks ago when I started doing my qigong. So like that's one thing I'm really noticing about this shit. Like I'm gonna keep you guys posted on that. I'm gonna because this shit is weird. Well, not weird, but it's like it's because this is what I'm doing it for. Like this is one of the main reasons I'm doing it. So I'm just shocked that it's happening this quick. But like I said, the reason I think this is happening was because of my yoga. Because yoga is a form of building what they call pranic energy. Yoga is a form of that. So I was doing that for 3 years. And remember, I told you guys when I was doing yoga, my appetite changed. Remember, I said that plenty of times. I know you guys remember. I said I've been doing yoga and my appetite changed. I didn't know yoga was building. I thought yoga was just removing the blockage from my like nervous system, so I can like. I didn't think it was building that pranic energy. I thought it was just releasing energy or releasing my muscle to just they have the energy flow. But like I said, I feel like I activated something because anyone who does yoga isn't just gonna not eat. Like I said, that you guys gotta always peep game. This is why I'm like I'm looking at it. Like I know plenty of people who are way more years in yoga than me and qigong. They're not experiencing this shit. So this tells you that it's something deeper that's going on here. I think when my depression and anxiety hit, it wasn't depression and anxiety. What that was like it was an energy that something activated within me, and since I didn't, you're supposed to release a blockage before you activate certain energies within you. You're supposed to release a blockage. If you don't release the blockage and you activate the energy, what happens is it can drive you to go insane. You may have schizophrenia. You may have like some type of depression or health issue. Me, I had extreme headache and extreme depression. I couldn't. It was so bad at one point I couldn't listen to headphones because the noise in the headphone would hurt my head. Like it would give me a head. It wouldn't. The noise wouldn't hurt my head, but my headache was so bad, the noise would aggravate it more. So like that's how bad my headache was, and fucking I couldn't even do shit. Like my even when I used to be I used to have so much tension in my head. Like by the time the day was over, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'll be tired because my head will be so I'd be like carrying the tension around, so I'd be tired hella early. Like it was really bad. That was because something activated within me, and I didn't release the shit. So that's what happened. And once I started releasing, doing like the yoga qigong, that energy that was activated, it that was making me not eat and making me think more clear and have more realization. Like that was the energy. It wasn't like me just doing the yoga. The energy was already it's all within. Nothing is outside or nothing. This is all you. So that's what happened, I think. Yeah. Give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna go. Oh, fuck. What's good, everyone? Good. Yeah, and I'm about to be going. Like I said, I'm about to be going out of state next month. I fucking hate air. I don't even want to take an airplane. I might take Greyhound. The only reason I don't want to take Greyhound because it's gonna take too long to get there, and I want to hurry up and get there. Cause like me is like I want to fly. Like the only if I fly, I like to fly first class. Like I don't like to fly like because the flights are so damn like cramped. That's why I don't want to fucking go on a damn flight, and I'm not trying to spend hella money on no damn ticket. That's why I do not want to fucking. I'm not looking forward to that shit. I hate flying. I hate flying, and I gotta get my fucking dumbass this stupid ass ID because I guess you need like a certain ID to travel. So it's retarded, hella retarded. But what's good with everyone? Yeah, I was about to say something, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna say that. Probably let's save it for another video. But yeah, but yeah, I got a lot of things. There's a lot of things I got coming up, but I don't want to say too much on here right now. Like a lot of things I got going because I realized you can't say much. Because last time I said I was doing my motherfucking my trading thing, and it just I forget it. I'm not gonna say. I'm not trying to curse or do any witchcraft or make something not go into my fruition because I got a lot of things I got going on, and I was gonna tell you guys certain things, but I was like, I'm gonna just wait till like stuff starts moving better. You don't want to like be ahead of yourself, so I want to wait till things start going. Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, but yeah. Right now, I'm just focused 100% on just my health and energy cultivation. There's nothing else that's important really to me. There's like really nothing. I'm not saying there's nothing that's nothing important. Like obviously everyone's different, but me personally, that's one thing I'm just focusing everything on. I notice like it makes life a lot more. Like I notice I'm on the right path when I do this because I knows when I be out doing things like when I'm doing stuff like say if I was making money, I was doing something I had no business doing. It wasn't illegal, but it was something I had no business doing spiritually. I noticed I started getting injured a lot. Remember that time when I hurt my leg last year when my leg got hurt? Now I was doing something I had no business doing. It wasn't illegal, but I wasn't doing nothing, doing the right thing spiritually. And like that happened, and then fucking, I almost dropped some boiling water on my fucking groin area. It was just weird. Like certain shit was fucking happening. I noticed when I do certain shit, and it's weird because like when I be doing other shit, nothing like that happened. Like when I was stealing from stores and doing all that, nothing like that would happen. So that's why it made me kind of realize like, all right, I need to just focus on my health. Cause I feel like that's like a shield, a defense. especially when when you have these transits coming. Like next week, we got Mars square Saturn, and then I think Mars square Saturn. I want to say, and then Jupiter square Saturn or conjunct Saturn, or it's something. We got Mars and Saturn and Jupiter and Saturn placements coming next week, and they're afflicting each other. So, like when I see when I see shit like that, especially because Saturn's in Pisces and I'm in Pisces and shit. I'm a Pisces. You wanna do something productive on these days that are highly afflicted, because when you're doing a lot of things on that day that's productive, you're fulfilling that energy with things like that you're not allowing bullshit to come in. Let's just say like it's a Mars in a Moon and Saturn aspect, and there's a lot of tension and depression that day. Start a fast. Start giving up food. Do something that you don't want to do, like give up video games or start fasting. So now that discomfort of giving up video games and fasting, that can replace that Moon Saturn conflict. But if you just chilling, I want to just smoke and have fun, and then as Moon Saturn come, then that's when bullshit happen, because you have an idle energy. There's nothing going on, so now bullshit could come in. Like they say, when you want to bring something positive, you got to free up negative. If you want to bring something negative, you got to free up positive. So that means you don't do something positive. This is why you always it's good to. I'm not saying nothing bad will happen those days, but even if something bad does happen, you'll still be on top than if you just didn't do shit and that same bad thing happened, because at least you were on your 1-2 and shit, your P and Q. So like that's how you got to do it. That's one thing I noticed. That's one thing I noticed when I did it worked for me, and then like it plays out differently. And then when I remember certain times I wouldn't do it, and then, like when the cop pulled me over, that was Sun Square Saturn. Sun Square Saturn when that dumbass fucking pig pulled me over. And I told myself 2 months in advance, I was like, Sun Square Saturn, I gotta watch out, because Saturn's conjuncting my sun in the seventh house, and Saturn has to do with law and all that shit and all this bullshit. I told myself I gotta watch out, I gotta be careful. If I could probably have an argument with somebody or like something. I don't already deal with people because I got Pisces in my seventh house, so is a lot of nigger shit going on, niggas on that nigger shit and cops on that bullshit. A lot of that's been going on since Saturn. I just that's why I don't talk to no one right now, because I know that. So I knew that was coming, and then shit comes. I'm in my car just chilling. Stupid bitch called police for no fucking reason. That's how I knew that shit. But like I said, I manifested that because there's certain things I shouldn't have been doing. It had nothing to do with the reason the bitch called. It had nothing to do with that. This was shit I was doing a month ago, a week ago. Like I was able to break it out. Okay, that's what happened. But I knew that shit. It kind of pissed me the fuck off. I was like, this shit. That's why, like, you can't. It don't matter how much you know astrology. It's shit. Like, it's gonna always catch you slipping. Like, you can't sit there and be. Yeah, it's good. It's good to predict it and be able to move with the energy. But shit's gonna happen regardless. If you, no matter how on point you are with it, it's gonna happen because it's part of the experience. But like I said, you can make things play out positive. Like that could have been positive if I would have probably done certain things. I could have played out in a way where, like, on a high note, I probably could have got like some type of like award or something, or recognition or accomplishment or achievement of what I was doing. If I put in like it could have played out reverse. But when positive Saturn placements play out like that, it only play out if you put in hella work. If you didn't put in no work, then because Saturn won't give you shit if you didn't. Saturn really doesn't give you shit. You give yourself shit, because the amount of hell that you got to go through when dealing with a Saturn placement, at the end of it, that motherfucker didn't give you shit. You earned it. You got it. Like, bitch, give me my motherfucking shit, you stupid ass nigga. I got that shit. I ain't fucking got it. And I ain't gonna say thank you, bitch. All that hell you put me through. Oh man. Yeah. There's a link if anybody wants to join. We got 11 people in here. For real. It's just crazy. Yeah, but that's what I like. Me, like me.
astrology. I use astrology. Like I feel like everyone should use astrology, but you guys always gotta like remember, like, don't let astrology hold you back. Don't be like, oh, I can't do this because Mercury's retrograde or no. Because some things you just gotta do. Especially most people, like they're like so far behind, years behind. You can't let astrology hold you back. Really, you can't. You gotta just certain things. You just gotta do it. If it's something positive for your higher good, then even if it is a day that they say you shouldn't do it, at that point, still do it because you're putting in that energy work. The only time you shouldn't do something if it's something that's really like fucking dumb and mundane, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go out hang out with these people because then the people you're hanging out with are just a bunch of dumbass bots. Maybe I shouldn't hang out with these people because there's a certain placement and alignment. Then that's okay to use it for stuff like that if it's mundane dumb shit. But if it's like something like that would pertain to your spiritual purpose mission, then you need to go do what the fuck you got to do. Like Saturn and Pisces got people wild, and yeah, it does, man. Saturn and Pisces just got people like fucking miserable as fuck and giving up hope. Everyone does. Nobody has no fucking hope. Everyone's miserable. It's the end of the world to everyone. That's what Saturn and Pisces brings. It makes you feel like it's the end of the world. But by the time Saturn gets into Aries, it's gonna feel different because it'll be like a brand new start. You'll feel like it's a new beginning, or you're just gonna feel like fucking lonely as fuck. People probably gonna be lonely and shit. People be hella isolated. Ain't nobody gonna be talking to no one really. Because Saturn doesn't like to be in Aries. So once it gets into Aries, it's gonna be really not gonna be that good. Not be bad. Like any time could be good or bad, but yeah. But Saturn and Pisces has got people really retarded. Like everybody's more lost in their bullshit. So whatever that crap that they believed in, whether it be Christianity or fucking nigger consciousness, they believe in that shit even more. And you're able to see, like people that are awake and aware, we're able to see like how lost people are and how deluded they are. Like even the whole conscious and spiritual community. Like ever since Saturn went into Pisces, like a fucking curtain has gone off. Like anybody that takes that shit seriously in terms of like 80 to 90, like 90% of the shit that they comes at those channels pages, you already know they're part of that cult. There's nobody who's sane that looks at that shit as anything but insane. Only the people that are part of that cult. So like Saturn and Pisces really blew that shit off because with the whole spirituality. This is why back in 2016, 2017, we had the spirituality community. You see how everybody, it was different than it is now. Because back then, that's when most people were just getting into it. And so at that point, everybody was like optimism and spirituality, and everybody looked at it subconsciously as a meal ticket and as like a cheat code to be great at life and be better than somebody who isn't spiritual. But as time went on, like about 5-6 years, especially after the pandemic, people who were into spirituality, they didn't see the change that they wanted because they weren't putting in the shadow work, because everybody was programmed that you just light candles and pray to Ogun and say, I love you, Ogun, African spirituality, black, dark-skinned goddess, and all your magical wishes would come true. But that shit didn't fucking work. And then once the pandemic came, that even more showed them that shit's not working. So now we're at a point where people are like, literally, it's Saturn and Pisces. So people are like into spirituality as a coping mechanism because they're so miserable, depressed, not actually to better themselves, because to better yourself in spirituality takes work. None of those people have the ability to do the work because it's too hard and it takes too much time and doesn't feel good. So they can't do that. So they have to use it as a crutch. So Saturn and Pisces, they're just lost in it as a crutch and like a coping mechanism, which is what it is now. It didn't start off as a coping mechanism. It started off as a tool to be used. But once people realized the tool was too hard to use, you have to actually put in work and sacrifice and get rid of desires, then that's when it started being used as a coping mechanism. So we always got to remember that. That's why the spirituality had changed over the years. And like you see, like even some of these channels you see, like they're just getting more dumber. Like you see some of these people dropping deep esoteric science and spirituality and talking about astrology, and then they go and say Donald Trump actually they're speaking terms in ways like Donald Trump actually got assassinated. Like, get the fuck out of here. How are you gonna be speaking all this deep shit, but then believe the lies that they giving you? Like, and it just exposes people, and it's like, damn. And you look at some of these people, like, I thought you were awake, I thought you were aware, you were speaking this and that, and then when you call them out on it, they get offended and like they'll delete your comment and all this bullshit. Like, get the fuck out of here, you fake ass motherfuckers. This is one nigga, I'm not gonna name no names, that I fucking seen. He talks about red pill and other shit and some spirituality, and then he says something like talking like Donald Trump actually got shot in the ear. And then somebody, I think I said, I left a comment like, nigga didn't get shot in the ear. Nigga, you believe in lies. He deleted my fucking comment. Get the fuck out of here. And these are the same people that say that, well, the government is trying to stop him. Like, bitch, you believe in the government. The government just told you a lie you believe, bitch. At the end of the day, like, you're the reason why the government's doing all the people that are talking all this shit. We got to take the government. Oh, we got to do this. We got to wake up. These are part of the reason. These people are the reasons why we're in the state we're in. Their ignorance, them believing the programs. Got to be out of your fucking mind. They got this ugly ass horse faced bitch, Camel Harris, Camel Toe. They got Camel Toe up in there, ugly horse faced ass bitch. And then they got the fuck they showed us, they said like they had a vice president that I guess the bitch chose. This nigga looks like he fucks little prepubescent girls for a living. Balding ass old white man. Looking like he be fucking slaying them little ass underage pussy. Sick looking pedophile looking ass nigga. Typical rich white ugly old balding child fucking pedophile. That's who she chose. The typical old Jewish balding child fucking prick. Like, you know his ugly ass. He got that I fuck little girls on a pussy bald head. Ugly ass. And they chose that motherfucker. You think they chose, at least at this point, them niggas should have chose fucking Juicy J or Kodak Black. That shit would have been looked at as normal. At this point, because this shit's a joke. So they could have just chose the fucking, like, somebody that could actually relate to the typical dumb bot, which is those niggas at this point, and then people will probably still vote and take it serious. I don't get it. It's crazy. And it's like I hate, and even like when it comes to like certain family members, I hate talking about politics because like some of them they be getting mad. Like when I say I'm not gonna vote, you'll think if I say told some of my family members like I'm not voting, but not even some of my family, just a few people, they'll be like, "You're not voting." You'll think I cussed them out. You'll think I like disrespected them. Like, you're the reason why this country is like this. And I'm like, even if I was gonna vote, how do you know I'm gonna vote for who you want me to vote for? Like, the fuck? Like, because like obviously if you're voting for a candidate and you're not voting for another one. So you're making you want me to vote. How do you know I'm gonna just vote for the one that you don't want to get? So you just convinced me to vote against who you're gonna vote for. Well, so how is that making like? So does that matter to you, or like, would you rather me vote for somebody the opposing candidate that you don't want to win, or you rather have me just not vote? Which is it? Shit is crazy. Huh? Please don't ask me for nothing. This dude was walking by me. I was like, please don't ask me for no change. Like, please don't ask me for nothing. Yeah. Shit's crazy, though. Yeah. And then we got all these motherfucking. Well, I don't really want to speak on that. Really, it's really not even important. Not even important. Yeah, but what's good with everyone, man? I think I might close out this live stream. But if anybody don't got any questions, yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised we got 12 people in here and nobody joined the room. That's weird. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, cause me like I break shit down, but it's like the thing is with me is like I don't know, like I get when I'm like talking and shit, and when like people ask me questions, like it makes me remember certain shit, and like I be like moving because I'm like oh, and then I can like bounce, but that's why sometimes I like the because I always like the comments. I just look at it and it just unlocks certain shit. Like I could look at a fucking the way something is sitting down and it'll remind me of something, and then that will remind me of something. That's why my mind be going all over the place and I be forgetting shit because there's so much I want to say. But then I got. That's one thing I gotta learn. I gotta learn how to stay on one topic. And like, I'm gonna start writing my shit down and staying on one topic, and then like, or at least go on points and speak on points. I'm gonna have to start doing that because I'd be going all over the place. To stay on one topic and then go on one topic. He's like, my bad, G, I'm at work. That's what's up. It's all good. Yeah, I can't work. I can't go to work no more. Like I'll be whew. I don't know how people do it now. Like, I'm not saying how do it. I just say how do people do it in 2024? Like I could understand going to work 2, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but nowadays it's like you don't even have a life. I feel if you're working these jobs, and I feel like the people who run this shit they know that. That's probably why they're laying off. That's one of the reasons they probably laying off everyone because they're gonna still have jobs and shit. They're just gonna switch them up to something on the internet or like some other shit. It's not gonna be like it is now. Because they have to have people working. Because who's gonna make the rich people rich? They need broke ass people or who they look at as broke ass people, peasants working to help fulfill the system. Like because rich people are gonna stay producing. Like there needs to be like the rich people and the elite and the people who run this shit, whatever you want to call them. They need to drain something energy. They don't have no energy. If they don't drain anybody's energy, they literally would falter away. This is why they have to control people. They always have to like get you to pay attention to them. So this is why they're always gonna have some type of energy extraction, such as jobs or whatever, from the people. Because how else are the government, these corporations, gonna get energy? They don't have no energy. All the energy they have is the people. When you see money is they just created money and they convinced the people that it's powerful, but the people's power is what gives it money. So like I said, if it wasn't for the people, the money wouldn't mean shit because you can have 100 bands, but no one's good if nobody wants to build that building for 100 bands, then no one's gonna build that fucking build. That building's not gonna get built even if you have the money printed. So you have to convince people, that's what they did. The success that's the only power they have is that convincing. That's why this is one of the reasons they're slowly depopulating people just in case they don't wake up before they wake up. So shit doesn't really like hit the fan like that. Like so by the time people wake up or catch sense, they have all these illnesses and issues, and they're too lazy to take care of it. So they just go out. It is what it is, but even they'll say like, "Oh, you got to pay taxes and shit," and like they say, "Oh, the taxes is for the road, it's for the schools." No, the road and the taxes are for keeping the people in the sheep position that they're in. If there was no roads, if there was no schools, a sheep wouldn't you wouldn't be able to have control over the sheep, you dumbass. So regardless if taxes are paid or not, you better believe there's going to be a road because don't they need roads? You see what I'm saying? Like So fuck taxes. Like I'm like this is retarded. All taxes do is pay for like it goes to their pockets. So you're paying for someone's yacht club membership. Somebody said J Vass fucks Dolphin. Why is somebody trolling? Why is somebody trolling? That's the nigga who I thought you were cool. Because you came into the live stream and you were chill. I don't know why you on some bullshit now. Yeah. I just put him in timeout right now. Yeah, I'm trying to get out of that negative stuff, that negativity. I'm not really trying to. I just put you in timeout. I didn't ban you because you were cool, but I'm not trying to have no negativity on here. I don't care about no negativity. Just I don't like people like it. Like you just trolling other people that are in the room that are cool. So somebody said 9 to 5 live commute traffic caused a lot of mental issues. Collect anybody who's working at a 9 to 5 is mentally ill. I'm not saying you're mentally ill. Like I'll even not. I don't say everyone because, like I said, you have the knowledge. If you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, and if you're using a 9 to 5 to do what you got to do, because it's a stepping stone for everywhere. So it's nothing really wrong with being in a 9 to 5. I'm speaking about the people like they're gonna be there the rest of their life. You go there, they've been there for 17 years. Like those people, they're mentally ill because when you go to like I remember I was at the Starbucks and I seen the lady. She's at the drive-thru and every fucking person, she's saying the same thing. Can I help you? Or do you want this? Do you want this? And do you want to try our special? She kept saying that shit over and over. And I'm like, that's not healthy for the human brain. Like when this bitch goes home, she's probably really this unhinged mentally, and then probably doesn't want to do anything, is argumentative because just having to do the same routine every day at the same. That's not healthy. This is why people are crazy, and then this is why you have some people they spaz out because they don't. And then when let's just say somebody goes and they spaz out and they do some crazy shit, everyone's looking at the action, which we should, and that person should be punished. Obviously, if they did something fucked up that hurt somebody, but after you punish the person and the dust settles and everything, like you put him in jail, he gets charged and everything, we still need to go back to the drawing board and figure out how did he get to that mindset so we can eliminate that for it being in the future. But nobody wants to look at that because if you look at that, then you're gonna have to start looking at shit like working at a 9 to 5 and all these bullshit taxes and bills that people. I'm not saying it's I'm to be honest, me personally, I'll say fuck taxes, fuck bills, fuck all that shit. But I'm gonna keep it level headed because I know some people just to speak on a certain level. Let's just say there is bills and taxes. They don't need to be that high. At least make it reasonable. Make the pay reasonable and the shit reasonable. But this and shit like that is what causes the mental issues. It's shit like that. This shit's crazy. And then it affects other ways. Even when you see kids get abused by the parents, all the way down to like sexual assault and everything. It's a result of the stresses and the bullshit that this system causes, and then it creates these people to be like this, and then the person acts it out because the person can only get what the system has created them. They're a product of the environment. I'm not saying people shouldn't take responsibility, but at the same time, there's a lot of shit going on that's influencing people to create shit. This is why they have law enforcement, police, and all that. You don't need police and law enforcement and all that. The reason they have that is because of the way the system is. When you create a system like this, it's going to create mental illness, mental instability. It's going to cause people to spaz out. If you guys ever go to a major city and you look at how many crimes happen a day, like you guys probably watch the news and you guys may see like this person got robbed, this person got beaten up, this person got shot, but every day like thousands of fucking assaults, murders, and a lot of shit happens on a daily basis. Even like things having to do with fraudulent things that in terms of credit card and people trying to get over and make fake documents for the system. Like this system is so fucking corrupt and was built off so much corruption. Was when they built the system, they had to kill Indians. They had to kill not even just Indians, even some of their own people. Because like you got people that were in the Masons that may have did some back trading shit that they killed in their family, and so it goes. A lot of people got killed for the system to be up. and a lot of shit was gone. A lot of kids were tortured, molested, starved, and a lot of people were starved for this system to come. So when you have a system like this that was built off so much negative energy, there's going to be a lot of negative things. Just like if you do a lot of negativity in your life, you're going to attract that. This is what they call karma. But if you look at this reality, you see crime happen all the time, and you say, why do we have police? It's because the system was, one of the reasons, because the system was built off negative energy. When it's built off negative energy, then it's going to attract negative things. This is why every day you always see somebody getting killed, somebody getting shot. Is because this shit it's tainted. But once people do the healing and the shadow work, then we can heal this, and then that won't have to be. What's that? Somebody send me some money? Oh, shout out to Mooney Mercury. Yep, shout out to Mooney Mercury. Thank you for the donation. I seen that. Yeah, thank you for the donation. Yeah, what was I on though? I was saying something. I think it was something to do with the mental illness or the collective, and like how people. Yeah, yeah, the negative energy with the system. So like the system, what the system does pretty much is it the way it was created is bound to have. You can't expect this system to have for there to be no crime. Like a lot of people say, oh, I wish there was no killings, I wish there was no rape, and there's no drug addiction and all this. Like the only way that cannot be is if something is changed on the root level. You can't eliminate a cold by just taking Advil. Even if you take it, it may calm it down, but it doesn't fucking get rid of it. You gotta heal it. It has to be the root cause. So the system was built on a negative root cause. So it's when you see a lot of these things happening, this is just how the system is. It's how you think you're gonna live in a, like, even when you see a lot of people, they participate in this matrix, right? They have a bank account, they doing their thing, or they have a business and they doing their thing, and then shit happens to them, and they're like, oh, why does this happen to us? And these people are a plague to society. But whatever happened to America being a plague on the Indian society when they took them out, when they were out there enjoying their fucking land and eating and having fun, you went and you killed them and slaughtered them and gave them disease. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But now when somebody's working at their bullshit job and a criminal wants to come and commit fraud and steal 50,000 from their bank, or somebody wants to go to a car dealership and steal a whole fleet of cars, that's a problem. You're not working for the niggas. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do evil and expect evil not to be done to you. Obviously they're gonna have police to circumvent that and to stop that, but you better believe, like, that shit's gonna happen, and you better have fucking police, because that shit's gonna keep happening, and you gotta have to. This is what I have to make sure. They say, oh, people are stealing from stores. The reason people are stealing is because of this. The reason people are stealing because you bitch ass niggas are the biggest thieves. You steal through taxes. You stole fucking the biggest thing you can steal besides a life, which is land. You fucking stole land. You can't even to Africa. You go to Congo and all these places. You guys go to Africa and you guys think it's a big safari. There, if you go to certain places in Africa, they've bought in hectares of land, like safari land and shit. You think it's just natural country in Africa? That shit is owned by corporations. So they stole that shit by creating fake money and making this fake shit, this fraudulent fake ass system. They created all that shit, even criminal organization. When you hear the word criminal organization, United States is the #1 criminal organization. Then it's the mafia, then it's cartel. Then you got the niggas in Oakland and O-Block. It's like, but the #1 is the United States, because they created that whole concept of everything. That the #1, they're actually criminals. Their shit is fraudulent. The money, everything, the law, the judge, the books, it's all fake. It's like if a criminal could have the perfect criminal organization that hasn't been taken down so far, that will be United States government. That's the longest running criminal organization that hasn't been indicted or had that RICO shit or charged. That's the only criminal. Every other criminal, they've been charged, and they're gonna get charged. If you're a criminal in their system, you're in their grid. So they have ways to keep tabs on you, and as technology gets more, so they can find you. They're gonna end up getting you. Even when they have like a lot of these cartels that you may see, like Escobar, his fucking nephew's brother, and how he's running drugs. You may say, oh, he's been on the run for 30 days or for 30 years or 10 years. Like sometimes they don't even catch those niggas because they're trying to like the fentanyl thing. They want to bring a lot of drugs and fentanyl in the United States right now. So they're not going to catch certain cartel members at certain times, because if they catch them, then who's going to be flowing those people in? Or if they close a border, then who's going to human traffic, bring the children in, or human traffic drugs, or all this shit? So they want to keep it coming, but they're going to end up, eventually they're going to end up busting all that shit whenever the fuck they feel like it, when they don't need it no more. They're going to bust all that shit, and they're going to shut all that shit down. So they'll let like fucking people just be alive, and like, because I remember there was this one, I was watching, I don't know what the fuck I was watching, but there was this guy, like he was on the run from like the law or the FBI, and they knew his location, but they're like, don't move in on him, we want to get more evidence. Or like some of these people, like when they indict, they know they can get him, like they say that we've been investigating him, sometimes they could get him right then, they know their location, but then they have to let the shit play out so they can get more evidence. Or maybe sometimes it's deeper than evidence. Sometimes he's doing a certain thing for the Matrix. Like he's probably pushing a lot of drugs to a certain community, and they need that community to be flooded with drugs. So they need him out there for a certain period of time. Then over time they'll take him out, and then somebody else will fulfill it. And then it's like a thing. But at the end of the day, no matter who they arrest, there's always drugs there. So it don't really matter if they arrest a person. So the person really pushing the drugs, they ain't even really getting caught. They're just using the puppets to bring him in and out. It's like, it's just crazy. Even when you look at criminals and crime, they pretty much create every crime. Credit card fraud, they create it. When people steal shit for credit cards, they go on the dark web, they go on Amazon, they go on dark web, Amazon, and they learn how to do fucking these crimes. And a lot of these devices, because you gotta remember every technology is built by these masons. So when you have a credit card skimmer, why would they create a device that allows people to put a skimmer on it? Like, it wouldn't make sense. So they allow shit like that, because especially now they don't really care about people doing fraud and all that. Because a lot of the like, when your information gets released on the internet and they say Target had a 1.4 million data breach and your social security number, they hacked it. That's the government. That's not no fucking hacker. And if it is a hacker, which is probably very rare, they allowed him to do it. Like, they probably like literally put an open file that anybody can hack on a certain platform on the internet, and made it a hacker aware of it so they can get it, or the government did it. So either or, they did it. So now they can use the hackers as a way to steal your money. So now when when the banks steal your money, they can just say, oh, it was a hacker. Because sometimes hackers steal your money from the bank, but sometimes it's actually the bank, and then they blame the hacker. So it's like a way for like the disguise. Because it's all bullshit. They allow all the crimes to happen. They created all the crimes. I'm telling you. Even like drug dealing, like they created, they put the drugs. You don't know how to make drugs, go to China, go to Japan. You can't get drugs there. You can't get shit over there. You get caught with drugs, some places they'll kill you. He said, speaking bro shit gave me more optimism. I felt low and discouraged because of the system. It feels good to have someone like you speak out on the corruption. Yeah, you gotta have people like me to speak out, to be honest. But it's all about, like, to be honest, like, it's all about mainly just people just taking action as well. It's good to like hear it. We gotta like take the action as well. We're taking action to just simply being yourself. It's not like we gotta fucking like go and do all this shit. Like, because a lot of they'll take you thinking you gotta go march and protest, or you gotta do just, I don't know what the fuck people think you gotta do. Like, it's funny how nobody ever wants to just be themselves. Everybody wants to do what they think they gotta do. Oh, I gotta go protest. Oh, I gotta go stand in front of City Hall. Then you have spiritual people. Oh, I gotta pray to Ogun. Oh, I gotta light this candle. Like, that shit's ridiculous, man. I gotta close my eyes and just fucking just not think about nothing. And don't get me wrong, it's good to meditate, but some people they don't need to be doing that shit. Some people like that's the opposite of what they need to be doing. So facts, these people need to stop praising the government. I don't think nobody's praising these government. Well, I guess they are because you got the president election, but it's crazy, man. That shit is crazy. I feel like the whole election thing is just like a big. It's like a division thing. Like it's mainly just for like race baiting and division. Because we already had this red pill and feminist issue and racism issue, and then look at who they got fucking running against each other. Like a black female. Like what what other type of female would fit better than to piss off the red pill, which is the average Trump supporter, like then putting her in office? It's obviously they playing mind games with people. It's obvious because like they have to get people interested in this election because they can't put two old ass fucking hags like two old white niggas. That should be even when they did Donald Trump. He's an old white nigga, but he talks hella shit. So like even him, it's different because he talks hella shit. And then they got the black bitch, which is just another like it's crazy. So it's like it's more race, it's more division. That's all it really is. And now like however invested, if you go get the most radical, hardcore individual that was so obsessed with this election, whatever emotional involvement they had in this, them announcing Kamala Harris and them dropping that old ass demented fuck just made that investment like times 3, times 4. Now they're even way more invested into it. Now it's like they're getting people more lost in that shit. That's crazy. Yeah, you trying to kill us? They trying to. Shit's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh, this bitch ass nigga. This stupid ass nigga. Don't tell me that's the same nigga. Nigga walking, he gonna try to fucking. I don't think that's the nigga. That was some nigga the other day. Was fucking on some stupid ass shit. That's one thing I noticed about niggas, because a lot of niggas like they think that you no, it ain't him. That's somebody else. A lot of niggas they think that you like, cause I'm black, right, and like a lot of black people, I can tell a nigga from the street because like they always like want to ask where you from, or like they always think like, because niggas they always like to look at you because niggas, or they're always doing some nigga shit, so they gotta make sure you ain't the enemy, or who are you and shit. The niggas always gotta be looking and shit, and I'm looking, niggas all see says some smart shit. I'm like, the fuck, like what the fuck you looking at me for? Like you just sitting there just staring at me and my shit, and like I thought that was the nigga. Fucking stupid ass. Cause niggas, cause I know niggas because like I got cousins and shit, and so when I see a nigga acting ignorant, I know they acting ignorant. Because one thing niggas do is they act ignorant, but then they try to act like they're not ignorant. Like they'll be on some really ignorant shit, and they like to do this with other races. They'll be on some really ignorant shit, but then they'll try to act like they're not ignorant while knowing they're ignorant. I'm like, don't play that shit with me, nigga. Like, don't play that shit with me. Like, I know exactly. I call that shit out. I know exactly what that is. Like, don't project your trauma on me, nigga. I didn't pop your fucking nigga. So don't portray your anger. You got all that anger because you grew up in the street and your nigga got popped and you don't know who did it. Now you mad at everybody. You want to be a menace, and that's why it's so easy for you to cause havoc, nigga. Don't cause havoc to me. Take that shit on the system. Take that shit on this cracker. Don't take it out on me, nigga. Your stupid ass. Cause I know how niggas are. Like I can read the energies of people really good. This one nigga, I remember I was in the jail when I was in jail years ago. The one nigga, I was talking to this dude. I'm like, nigga, you got hella anger. You need to get a psychiatrist. I could tell, like, you got your parents probably. I would just say breaking it down, and then this nigga was like, you should be a therapist. I was break because I could read the energy, like the body language and everything, even how people sound, how they walk, how they talk, even like the facial structure, the eyes, everything. You can tell. I could tell when somebody's depressed in the eyes. I could tell when somebody like they're not depressed, but they have a lot of anger. I could see that. I can see with somebody like they have a lot of fucking like narcissism, and the reason they have a lot of narcissism is because they felt a certain way, and they don't want nobody to know that they ever felt that way before. So they try to act like that. Whatever they're trying not to feel, they want everybody else to feel. That's why they're so invested in trying to make everybody feel a certain way, like feel beneath them, because they don't ever want to feel beneath because they felt like that at some point. So that's where that shit comes from. They're just trying to project onto other people how they felt before. Because why would you care about putting somebody in a lower position than you if you've never felt that way before? Obviously, you felt that way and you still do. So you gotta project. It's all about projection. Yeah. That's all it is. But I don't have time for no bullshit though. To be honest, like I really don't. And it's to a point right now where it's like I just I don't I really don't have time for no bullshit. Like I honestly feel like I'm behind. Like I have to catch up and do shit. So I'm really like in a time crunch right now. That's why I'm on this, keep going every day, and I'm glad I'm never gonna stop doing this because I can feel the energy building. I'm thinking like if I was doing this 2 3 years ago, I probably wouldn't even need to eat right now because my appetite's already very low right now. And when I do eat, because it's not about don't think about just eliminating your appetite. Thinking about it like even when you do eat and you do get hungry, how much are you eating? Are you eating very little? Are you eating a big ass meal? Are you grubbing and just stuffing your face? What are you doing? So even if you get hungry, don't beat yourself up. Oh, I'm hungry. I gotta eat. How much are you eating? So like me, when I do get hungry, I just eat a little bit. But the thing is, when you first start losing your appetite, you may not understand how it's what's going on. So you may buy more food, or you may because you're so programmed to eating so much, so you may think you can eat a lot, but then you eat and then you don't eat it. So this is why you gotta like know your body and know how much you could eat, how much you can eat. Because like there's been plenty of times I bought food and I didn't like I ate it. I was hungry, but then I ate it. But then I didn't finish it because when you have a lot of this energy, it sustains you. So it's not about just not needing food; it's about needing less food. So, like, like like an economic a fuel economy vehicle. You need less gas, less more like you get more range with less gas. It's good on fuel. It's the same with the energy. You're putting good fuel in the body or some shit. Let's look at it like good fuel, and you need less to sustain you. This goes to physical and even the non I want to say non it taps into the spiritual stuff, but this goes on to like your the metaphor, like the thoughts, like your situations, not just physical things, but situations, thought processes, all of that shit. It gets sustained. So even the way you think, the things you eat, the way you perceive things, all of that gets changed. So always keep that in mind as well when you're doing the energy. And I'm thinking like I could have done this shit 2 3 years ago. Imagine where I'd be right now. But I was doing the yoga, which the yoga did help me a lot. It helped me a lot because I'm gonna have to make a whole video of that in itself. But that shit that helped me a lot. Yeah. Man. Oh shit! Did I hit you? Like,
Hey, did I hit you? Oh,
Yeah. Man, guys. But I'm gonna drop the link one more time if anybody wants to join. Just I know I already dropped it. I know I already dropped it twice, but shit. Yeah. So J Bass said time is speeding up so fast. Can't believe the day's almost over. Yeah, it is going by quicker. That's another reason why it's motivating me to stay on task like a lot more. Like that should be a motivating factor. Like cut all the bullshit of your life. This is why I'm saying cut all the bullshit out of your life. Cause before you know it, like, cause just know we're not in the same frequency as we were 3-4 years ago. We in a different time, so we gotta act like we in a different time. Otherwise, you're gonna attract a bunch of just negative shit in your life. You're not gonna feel fulfilled. Weather's all right. The weather's hot over here. It's all right. Yeah, I'm gonna get a haircut though. I should have got one the beginning of the summer because we already about to go into fall and winter and shit. Before you know it, it's gonna be Christmas. Somebody told me they had fucking Thanksgiving shit already at the store. Like he's seen Thanksgiving like decorations and Halloween and shit already. And this was like last week. He said he's seen this. It's ridiculous. They're already putting like all this celebrations and shit. Because what's happening is the reason they put the shit out so early is just because of money. It's not because they want people to celebrate. They can give a shit if you celebrate. It's just all about money. Because since time's speeding up and everything's so quick, they're hoping people. Because remember back in the day, like you'll celebrate Christmas or celebrate a holiday like nearing its date. Now it's like the whole like Halloween. You'll celebrate Halloween on the 31st. Some cases probably a day before. Nowadays, like you celebrating that shit the whole month. Then you get candy. They have all these events and shit, and then they have all this candy they selling, and they got all these events where you wear your costume and all this shit. Like it's crazy. Shit is ridiculous. It's like, and people buy it. Like they buy into it. Like first of all, why would you even go and waste your money on some candy to be honest? That's just gonna kill you. At least steal this shit. Like why would you even waste money on it? You gotta go spend money on something that's gonna kill you. At least fucking steal it. How come you don't grow out your hair? I don't like growing out my hair. Only time I grow out my hair is if I didn't have no way to cut my hair. I don't like growing out. I grew out. I had dreads in high school. Well, they're like small. They're like twisties. Then when I went to the UK, the fucking I don't want to call her a bitch because he was nice enough to do my hair. She fucked it up. She twisted it in a way I didn't like it. And then after that, I just said, let me just cut this shit. Yeah. Yeah, I had twisties back in 2007. I had it for like probably like 6 months. No, not even. Probably like yeah, around 6 months, 5 6 months. I had them because I grew out my hair for a long ass time, and then after I grew them, then I got the twisties. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like growing out my hair. I like to have a fade. I like to have my shit cut short. So how come you don't always or get a mid fade haircut? Oh hell, I don't get that shit. I will not get no fucking the hairs. But I got a fade, but not like with that high top. I don't like that high shit on your hair. Yeah, I'm good. So you went to UK for four. It was for about I think 2 months. I went to UK. I almost wasn't gonna go because what happened was they. This was like the end of my freshman year in high school when I went, and I wasn't even supposed to be going because my grades wasn't good. They said if your grades aren't good, you're not gonna go. And the report card came in our mail a week before we were gonna go to the UK. So I went and I stole the fucking mail, the report card, and then the day before after they bought the tickets and the day before we are gonna leave, I put it in the mail, and then fucking and I literally forgot about this. This is why I tell you guys like when you guys ask me questions, it'd be unlocking certain shit because I literally forgot about this story till right now. Like I would have remembered it if I wanted some deep meditation and really thought about it, but like I put the mail back in the mailbox. And fucking they came back. They're like, "Oh, we got the mail." He's like, "You're lucky we bought the ticket because you weren't gonna go before." And I was like, "I knew I wasn't gonna go. That's why I did what I did, and I wouldn't even have went to the UK." We went to Paris too because we went to the UK. Then we took a train to the English Channel, and then we took a boat. We took a bus to the English Channel. Then we took a boat across the channel, and then we drove to Paris on another bus. So we took like a ferry across that English Channel. It's like a strip of water from the UK and Europe for like UK's here, and then there's Europe. That water is called the English Channel. They got ferry rides that go across it. We drove a bus to the ferry and crossed it, and then we drove to Paris. So, and I went through. We went to Wales. We stopped by Wales, and yeah, that's like the only. We went to Wales and we went to Ireland, but Ireland because my aunt and my uncle they live in Ireland. They Nigerian because the reason they live there because they Nigerian. So like Nigerians, they go to the UK, the US, and Ireland. Like they mainly UK and Europe Africans go. Like you know how they have a Mexican migrant problem in the UK and in like Spain, they have like an African Nigerian migrant problem. Like they be sneaking over there and shit. Like they got hell because that's where they go really. The UK and UK is way better. I feel like UK sucks to be honest. Like I go there for family, but it's just like the US to be honest. Everywhere's just like the US to be honest. It's really all the same. People like oh go to another country. It's like nigga to be honest, it's still the same. You still need money. You still gotta go find a way to provide. And if you don't have money, you gotta work there. And they still got cars. They still got police. Even the police, they all look the fucking same. That's what made me start to realize because I used to always think like because people always be oh it's the police or the system is racist or they're against us and shit and they're trying to keep the black man down. But then when you go to Africa, it's like the same shit. Like you got like poor people, poor black people, and then you got rich African people, and then you got police that are black and African, and they're trying to like stop the poor people from stealing from the rich. And I'm like, their country's in shit, in squalor, and you're fighting for your government. You're not like you guys should be rebelling, and you see what I'm saying? Like it's weird. That's why it made me think like this system is all the same. It's all controlled. Because they'll say, "Oh, it's the white man holding us down." But what about Africa? They got multi-million-dollar houses in Africa, but then if any of the poor people go over there, then the black fucking police are gonna go and try to stop them. Like that's not no white man. You see what I'm saying? Even if the white people have like property in Africa, or like they have like a gold mine, most of the people that are protecting that are black people, black African fucking military people or whatever, security. Most of the time you see all this shit going on in Africa is always black people, and you'll never see a black person there, a white person there causing harm to another black person. Rarely in Africa. You guys see, I'm not saying it doesn't go on, but it's all done on like a puppet level. Like they have the other black people do the work, but reality is like the white people are out there controlling it. But all the shit being done, like you'll see like kids starving and all the political war, that's all black people doing that stupid shit. But then the white people, they're giving them guns and they're creating a situation for that shit to keep going. So it looks like they're not doing it, but it's like that's what I think war is. Like people say, why do we have war? I think like because when you see all the war, the political war in Africa, like that shit doesn't need to go on. Like the reason that shit goes on is because somebody wants that shit to go on. Like somebody is profiting or they're getting some type of benefit from them children starving. That's what it seems because like how the fuck does that shit go on for years? Like even when you see like kids starving or Africa's so poor, you guys gotta understand the reason that shit is because of that political war that they're doing in that country. All the war, the people can't do shit. How the fuck can you eat, sleep, or stay somewhere safe if the place keeps getting bombed or like some fucking crazy ass niggas with guns keep raiding the place and killing and slaughtering like the whole village, and then you gotta fucking run for your life and shit, go find somewhere else with all that trauma of you seeing people getting slaughtered. Like, how the fuck are they supposed to do shit? It's crazy. It's like obviously that shit, this shit is orchestrated. You can tell. Hold on, guys. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. All right, hold on. Give me a minute, guys. Dude, I don't know. That shit's weird. It said I only had one view in here. I think they playing with my views, guys, because it said I only had one person in here. Then it went all the way up to 10. And I noticed that we testing it out like certain times on certain videos. Like, it's just weird. I'll be saying certain things, and I feel like when you say certain things or you're talking about something, they fuck with your views. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. That's why it's kind of weird. Well, give me a minute, guys. All right, what's good, everyone? My bad. Yeah, my bad. But man, we already 2 hours in. Already 2 hours in. Yeah, I think I might end this live stream. I don't know what else really to speak on. At least for right now. I spoke on everything at least for right now. So we'll see. Maybe tomorrow I'll come back on and do like a session, another Qigong session. Yeah. I'm gonna start doing those every day. Well, like eventually, I'm gonna start showing you guys every day online, like doing the Qigong session. I'm gonna be doing it daily for you guys, but I want to just get in the habit of focusing because when I do it with you guys, I'm like I'm more telling you guys how to do it, and I feel like I want to be able to focus more. Which you can do that. It just I gotta practice to get to that focus and concentration where I can teach you guys and like be able to really do it. Yeah. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna switch up this channel though. But I'm gonna switch up this channel. But I notice like I get more views when I talk negative, and I don't really want to bring. I don't want this channel to be negative. So yeah, I don't want this channel to be negative. One thing I realize is nobody likes to listen. Nobody really wants the truth. There's some people that do. Don't get me wrong. We got the Indian dude, the guy who came in yesterday, and then they got the girl from the Philippines. Funny how they're both from not even from the U.S. That's the thing I realized. They're not even from the U.S. Like most people from the U.S., they don't really want to like you can't. Nobody really does anything. Like everyone just so um they're so caught up in themselves that they lose themselves. So they're so busy trying to like get everything right and make sure everything is perfect while at the same time they're making it worse. That's what people because they don't slow down and just do what's necessary. Everyone's just trying to get ahead and do this, and it's like it's not even getting ahead because most of the shit people do to get ahead, it doesn't even work for them. It only works for some people. So it is what it is, though. So I'm gonna just yeah. But shout out to everyone else who does take the information and who practice the qigong, and you guys know how the energy is. Like, the fact that you felt the energy, if you guys feel the energy, you know what I'm talking about. Then you already tapped in. You got to just keep cultivating it and building it. Look at it like like anything like muscle building or working on a project or a business. Like it's got to take years. It's not going to be overnight. So you have to look at it consistently. This is going to take years of every single day doing it. If you don't even do it every day, at least do it. At least if you're not going to do it every day, do it at least 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then just do it 3 times a week. You're going to get benefit. Then eventually move 4 times a week, 5 times, then daily. But at least start. At least try to start. Um, and let the results be the motivation. Like you're gonna see the results. That should be what motivates you. Don't just take my word for it and just it's you actually do it. And if you don't enjoy doing it, then don't do it. It's not for you. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end this live stream though because I'm at 6%. My thing's about to die, so I'll probably be able to hit you guys up tomorrow for some more. This was another video. Yeah, I'm alright. I gotta charge my shit. My shit's at 5%. Telling me to charge my phone. Alright then, guys. I'm out. Peace.